Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Eric Deters Consulting sponsors the show along with Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. And the lead story today is the Gaza Hospital issue. Well, it's now clear as day. The Pentagon has evidence. The Israel Defense Forces have evidence through satellites, through phone recordings, and through videotape and everything else. It wasn't Israel that hit the hospital and killed 100 people. It was Hamas. And you had the squad go off on this and everything else. That yesterday, they tried like hell to get all the momentum against Hamas reversed over this. And you know what? It's failed. Even Joe Biden, and this is wild. I couldn't sleep last night. I'm watching the damn news, 4:30. He just landed in Israel. I got to see the interview with him and Netanyahu sitting together, him getting off the plane. Even Biden says, nope. Boy, he was hoping it was. And you can't make this up. They're sitting there. Netanyahu reads a statement, focuses on the women and children. Biden reads his statement, and he wants to use a quote. And then he goes, well, never mind, I'll go with something else. I mean, he lost his complete train of thought in the middle, just like he always does. But the Gaza Hospital thing is unbelievable. And, by the way, me and Israel killed, 2 senior Hamas leaders linked to Gilead Scarlet kidnapping. Kill them suckers. Kill them all. Joe Biden wants $100 billion for Ukraine and Israel. You know what? They're going to milk this for all they can to get that money. I wonder what Zelensky's thinking. Zelensky's saying, what about me? I get all the attention. I'm not getting all the attention anymore. Jeez, oh Pete. And you know what the Defense Department said? This Jack Wagon Kirby, the spokesperson for the state, says, we want 0 civilian casualties. I'm going to tell you something, folks. This is important to say. If your country allows Hamas to run your country, and you allow Hamas to live amongst you, and Hamas commits atrocities, your civilians that die in the counteroffensive, it's on Hamas. Anyone who dies in Palestine or at the Gaza Strip, it's on Hamas. It's that simple. Israeli dairy farmers were wiped out by Hamas in the battle. Milk prices are going to go up in Israel. Sad. 2,000 United States troops have gotten call-up orders. Looks like they might be heading to Israel. Menendez. Now, this is hysterical. You know, he's now being charged with bribery and everything. He was the chairman of the Senate Foreign Affairs, where they're not letting him see the secret stuff going on now in foreign affairs because of his indictment, and he's not even fighting it. If a senator can't be why aren't you demanding him get rid of him, resign, kick him out? See, they got each other blackmailed. Menendez is telling Chuck Schumer, you do anything to me, I'm going to tell the world about XYZ. So he gets to stay, even though he's not allowed to see the intel. McConnell took a hit at Trump on the issue of Hezbollah and Hamas. And the reason why is because Trump's made a comment that these evil miscreants are smart. Trump says that because what he's trying to point out is Putin and G and all of them are crafty, sneaky, evil little smart folks. They are. That's what he's trying to say. And it gets all misinterpreted because they jump over anything Trump tries to say. And of course, Biden visited. I watched him get off the plane. And I'm like, is he going to fall? Is he going to fall? I lost a bet. I bet my neighbor $1,000 he was going to fall off the plane, and he didn't. So I lost $1,000. I'm just teasing. I don't bet. All right. Jordan canceled their meeting. They said, nah, baby, nah. Joe Biden's a clown. Nobody respects him. I was going to do this. I'm going to do it right now on this. And I want this to be a clip on the Jordan cancel. North Korea, China, Russia, Taiwan. Hold on with me. This is going to be really good. Let me see. Middle East, Israel. Folks, look about that. Now, I don't know. I know this is going to be backwards. Okay, so I need to just think about this, folks. Biden's presidency. North Korea doing whatever the hell they want. Russia doing whatever the hell they want. Ukraine or whatever. China doing whatever they want. Threatening Taiwan. You got everything going on in the Middle East, Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah, blah, blah, blah. The whole freaking world is in turmoil. None of this would be going on if President Trump was the president. It's all under good old Joey. Pelosi, I get so sick and tired of this. Pelosi, Jeffries, democracy's at stake. Do you believe they can say, but first of all, they said that about Trump. Now they say it about Jim Jordan. Democracy is at stake if Jim Jordan's elected speaker. Democracy. God, I want to just smack them. All right, 3,700 casino workers in Detroit are on strike now, too. Everybody's going on strike in Detroit. Alex Murdaugh. The Court of Appeals is letting a consideration go forward on whether this clerk influenced his trial. Kind of a little victory there. Jordan Vandersloot is telling everybody he's going to tell all. Little scumbag. He's in prison for life anyway, so he's just looking for some more fame. He killed that sweet young girl there. Makes me so damn mad. $100,000 squeeze. You ready for this? Couples who make $100,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck. By the way, 2 reasons. Overindulgence, which all of Americans do, myself included. But the other reason is how consumer capitalism just, you got to have this, you got to have that, you got to have this, you got to have this. It's money, money, money. Who wins? Corporate America. Tucker raised $15 million in cash for a possible new platform for him. Trump spoke in Iowa, and he got the loudest applause when he said maybe we ought to ship all the Biden administrators out of the country. A rapper was found guilty of funneling millions into the Obama camp. Millions. I got this here. What's this guy's name? Praise Michael of Fugees. Now, why isn't Obama on trial? Just asking. 11 million illegal immigrants are in the United States. Jim Jordan did not get the votes that he needed to become speaker. And let me just tell you about this. I supported getting rid of McCarthy and all that. But circumstances are always changing. Like if the vote was now for McCarthy, I would say let's not do it. But you know what? These Republicans are just jackwagons. I don't care what your name is and who it is. It's time for all the Republicans to say, you know what? I don't really care for Jordan, but I'm going to vote for him. They need to freaking get it over with. Just vote Jim Jordan in and live with it. It's time to do that. Kilmeade was caught on a hot mic calling Representative Don Bagan a dumbass. Oops. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. You have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. As I said yesterday, kind of my favorite show because it's so fun. Sam Bankman-Fried, it came out yesterday, we reported, spent like $1.3 billion on celebrities and endorsements. Look at this big fat goofball hanging out with Katy Perry, Oliver Bloom, Orlando Bloom, not bad, not Oliver Bloom. All these celebrities and whatnot, unfreaking believable. Yeah, you giving them that kind of money, they'll hang with you. Michael Jordan is now in the top Forbes 400. Guess what? $3 billion. I like that title. Good job, Josh. All right, Paramount's cutting off UFC, MMA, and others. They're hemorrhaging cash. Diddy, according to a former bodyguard, this is hysterical. Diddy was really pissed off at Jada and Will because at the time he was dating J-Lo, Diddy was, and they were hitting on J-Lo, looked like they were trying to get her into do a threesome. Man. See, you think these people are all buddies and whatnot? Nah. Sex always gets in the middle of it all. Kevin Spacey went to Oxford University, defended himself, broke out in some Shakespeare, and ended with a standing ovation on the issue of cancel culture. You know, it turned out, based upon his trial, that he kind of got screwed over too. Great actor. Little weird. You remember the Wolf on Wall Street movie?
Oh, yeah. That
Belfort guy? Well, you can't make it up. And they left this out of the movie. I don't understand why they left this out of the movie. Guess who one of his bunkmates in prison was? Tommy Chong was in there for drug paraphernalia and other items involving marijuana. They were bunkmates. God, that should have been in there. Hey, man. All right. Comes out that Suzanne Summers went south. Her whole career went south, got fired from the show when she wanted to get paid as much money as John Ritter, which she should have been. And the only thing that saved her was that thigh master. We ought to come up with an ankle master, Josh Wentz. Ankle master. If that been that or forearm master, we got to come up with some kind of master. This is a pretty cool story of history. 5 animals, folks, came from Europe. You know who they were? All the staples. Cattle, horses, pigs, sheep, and goats. All came from Europe. Wasn't for that, we'd still be eating buffalo. Well, there wasn't no beef buffalo left, but anyway. Plane seats. Now, this comes up all the time. And it pissed me off that this woman was bitching about this guy feeling entitled on an 11-hour flight that she should have swapped seats with him so he could sit with the wife. What kind of a woman says no?
Right.
If I was on a plane and some guy wanted me to swap seats so he could sit with his wife on an 11-hour flight, I'd say absolutely. Yeah. And she's bitching to him acting like he was entitled. Unbelievable. T.O. got hit by a car, apparently intentional. No word on whether the car survived. Jada and Will. Jada now says they're going to get back together and she'll never lead Will. I'm confused, Josh. Are they breaking up? Is it over? Are they together?
They're making this up to get publicity.
I think they are. Jada's a freaking weird woman. Weird woman. Came out yesterday that Britney in her new book says this has got big hit on Justin Timberlake. This is a bad one. That she got an abortion because Justin didn't want to be a daddy. Now, I want to tell you, I'm pro-life. I'm against abortion, Josh Wentz. However, I'm sorry I'm making a little joke about this because abortion's serious, all right? But now that we know where Britney is, right. Justin maybe just didn't want to have a baby with Britney because she's batshit crazy. All right, 1,000 pounds of criminal. This chick right here, Tammy Slayton, was arrested for marijuana and drug paraphernalia possessions. 37 charged on August 7th, according to Union County. She's a reality star. 1,000 pounds. How much is she going to cost a prison sentence? Will she fit in a prison cell? How did they fit her in the back of the cruiser? Did they have to call it a pickup truck? Did they have to use a special winch to squeeze her in the courtroom? Did she fit in the courtroom? Did they have to do arraignment by Zoom?
Wouldn't be Zoom.
It reminds me of that joke that they were so fat when she sat around the house, she sat around the house. Yeah. She's so fat her bathtub has stretch marks. I could keep going. This is a politically incorrect show. Have some self-dignity and go on a diet. Like Oliver Anthony's song, Richmond, North of Richmond. If you're 5'3" and weigh 300 pounds, we should have to pay for your fudge cookies. She's eating some fudge cookies, Josh Wentz. Man. All right. Tom Cruise and Beckham. I thought they were buddies. I watched the Netflix special. But apparently, Cruise was pushy about Scientology, and they broke up, and they've not spoken since. Maren Morris has got lots of issues. First, I kind of liked her. I liked that one song that she said. It was like a church song, country music. She blasted country music, saying she's leaving country music. Well, now she's filed for divorce from her husband, Ryan Hurd. There's a prenup. We'll see. There's a little the height difference is the same as the income difference here. But Maren Morris, she's having a tough month. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. We'll be back with some more sordid pop culture stories tomorrow.
This is Eric Deters World News. I'm Jamie Spinley. Today's top stories. Hundreds of Palestinians are feared dead after a huge blast at a hospital in Gaza City, blamed by the Hamas group on an Israeli airstrike. Israel says the blast was caused by rockets fired by another group, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and both sides deny the blame. Whilst US President Joe Biden will visit Israel later today, but planned a summit in Jordan with Arab leaders has been cancelled. Venezuela government agrees to hold elections in 2024. In a meeting in Barbados, Venezuelan leaders and opposition figures agreed to hold the election in the second half of next year. International parties, including the EU and the United States, have expressed support for this move. A British tourist is among 3 people killed in a cowardly terrorist attack at a national park in southwest Uganda. Uganda's police said the trio were killed and their vehicle burned in the Queen Elizabeth's National Park. And today, 6 airports across France were evacuated after threats of attack. A police source said Lyon, Lille, Toulouse, Paris, Nice and Nantes airports were evacuated after what police described as either bomb threats or suspect packages. That's the top stories. Until tomorrow, cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Local News Show, sponsored by Deters Consulting. Parks Yoga, check us out on all of our platforms. Well, Amy Rodriguez, pictured here, faces 11 counts of child endangerment. She beat her stepsons with belts, spoons, withheld food, refused to allow the child to use restroom, and strapped the child to a bed. He's 13. Unfreaking believable. She's an evil monster. Evil monster. Her parents are also on trial, facing 2 counts. Golly, man. Sick. The defense says he's got behavior problems. All right, there was a shooting in Laughlin yesterday afternoon. Police were dispatched to the 200 block of Longworth Alley. Person was shot. It was a juvenile male. More and more juveniles are getting shot. Speaking of shootings, there was also a shooting in an apartment complex in Westwood Tuesday night about 8:10. No word on who it was, but just more shooting. Cincinnati police are searching for this guy for identity theft at a bank. Happened at Over the Rhine. Used a fake driver's license to make a transaction at the bank. And local news, University of Cincinnati is now offering lower tuition rates to folks in Kentucky. It's going to be $6,800 per semester. Wait a minute, it used to be that, but now it's going to be reduced for Kentucky. Out-of-state tuition is $14,000 per semester. It's now going to be reduced to $7,000. If you're in Kentucky, go to UC. This is funny and goofy and weird. A groundskeeper thought a body, Robert Owen's dead body, face down half naked in the yard in North Carolina, was a Halloween prop. So the groundskeeper mowed around it. It wasn't a Halloween prop. St. Bernard Soap Company is cutting half their people because P&G's cutting them off. This is funny. I think it's funny. A Northern Kentucky distribution center is accused of having kids work in a warehouse operating forklifts. The company had an 11-year-old operating a forklift for months. 2 children, one 13 and one 11. These kids are ahead of their time. They're working hard. Let them be. All right. Knox County Judge Executive is excited about Cumberland Run, the 3rd harness racing track in Kentucky opening. This is one you can't make up. Daniel Cameron's campaign is just crashing and burning. You know what his latest thing that he's doing? He's saying that Andy Bashir will abduct your children. I mean, come on, man. Andy Bashir's woke. He ain't going to abduct your children. I mean, it's off the charts, folks. And when you get desperate, you do even more stupid things, and it gets even worse. It's like quicksand. Floyd County Company nailed for billing fraud. Wild stuff. Oxygen Plus Inc., a provider of durable medical equipment, is paying $200,000 under a false claims case for Medicare Medicaid fraud. All right. RFK Jr. spoke at Westchester yesterday. Looks like the crowd was not as big as Chris Steinemann's crowd, but still a good crowd. Phonics. Okay, you can't make this up. The state of Ohio passed a law that says they want to improve reading through phonics. You know what? Phonics worked for me. Didn't phonics work for you? They filed a lawsuit to block phonics. Unbelievable. Bill Seitz has been in the House for 24 years. This Jack Wagons of counsel for Dinsmore, he's going to resign. You watch, he'll make a ton of money as a lobbyist. And then sad to report, Fairfield yesterday, a murder-suicide. 24-year-old Tatiana Maldonado and 33-year-old Jolman David Perez dead inside an apartment. Police determined Perez killed Maldonado and then took his own life. You know what? If you're going to kill yourself, just kill yourself instead of being a spleeny, lily-livered swain. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries, best sports show these parts. Just pay attention and you'll find out why. Well, last night the Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 10-0 in the second game of the American League Championship Series. I mean, so they are, or National League, so they are now up 2-0. I mean, it's not looking good at all. And we'll see where it goes from here. But this is wild, Josh Wentz. Kyle Schwarber. You think Kyle Schwarber in the same breath as Reggie Jackson? No. He's actually tied Reggie Jackson for most home runs in October. Isn't that crazy? He made it there with the Cubs. He played, well, I forget what the other team he played for, but this is wild. The Phillies season was actually tanking until they put Schwarber in the leadoff spot. You can't make this up. Schwarber only batted .197, but he hit 47 home runs. I mean, and he walked a lot. I mean, it changed the whole season. Kyle Schwarber. All right, in a friendly, USA men beat Ghana 4-0. I wonder if Spinley covered that in his world news. I was going to cover the other games, but they were all boring, so heck with them. NHL Avalanche, beat Kraken 4-1. I love the Kraken name. That's a good nickname for Seattle. Hurricanes 6, Sharks 3, Kings 5, Jets 1, Oilers 6, Predators 1, Stars 2, Golden Knights 3. Looks like the Golden Knights are off to a great start. Michael Jordan is like in the top 400 richest Americans in the country. He's worth $3 billion. Go, Michael, go. Paramount is cutting off all programming for MMA, UFC, Showtime Sports. Not looking good, losing money. What they do, Josh, is they sign these big contracts, and they're like, oops, that didn't work out. Right. Tony the Tiger is the Bengals fan of the year. If you got to do this to be fan of the year, well, I'm never going to be fan of the year. All right, Cumberland Run. This is some Kentucky sports. A harness racetrack opening up in Knox County called Cumberland Run. It's the third track as that kind of a track harness in Kentucky. All right, Terrell Owens got hit by a car after a pickup basketball game. They think it might have been intentional. All I got to say is this. If you hit Terrell Owens, I'm betting on him and not the car. He is you ever seen him without his shirt on? My God, he's like a mutant. Somebody hit T.O. on purpose in a car. Anthony Richardson, the Colts rookie starting quarterback, probably going to be out for the season, needs shoulder surgery. Aaron Rodgers is remarkable. He was on the sidelines walking around from his Achilles tear. He's like way ahead of schedule. He's planning on coming back this year. Nobody comes back from that in 1 year. Julio Jones has signed a contract. Julio just keeps going from team to team to team. But he's now signed a contract with the New York Giants. We'll see if it makes any difference. I'd say no. Julio ain't the same guy. He's just not the same guy. Cruise, I didn't know this. Tom Cruise was best buddies with Beckham. I watched the documentary, had a big Hollywood show for him. Well, apparently, there was some Scientology issues, like Cruise was insistent that Beckham join Scientology, wouldn't do it, caused a breakup, and they've never made up. I thought they were best pals, not anymore. And the number one prospect, allegedly, in Arizona fall baseball is none other than our Andrew Moore. He's apparently killing it, the right-handed pitcher. I tell you right now, Josh, I might buy season tickets to the Reds. They're going to be exciting to watch. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. We'll be back tomorrow with more sports.